Good morning, everyone. Today, I'm going to tell you something you may not want to hear, but you need to. You're wasting your life. And it's not because you don't have talent, or because you lack opportunity, or even because the world is unfair. You're wasting your life because you're ignoring the one rule that separates the weak from the strong, the lost from the focused, the average from the unstoppable. Discipline. That's it. One word. One rule, one choice, every single day that either builds your future or buries it. Jocko Willink, a man who's lived through war and chaos, who has led warriors into the darkest places on earth, figured out that the battle isn't just out there, it's in here, inside your head, inside your habits, inside your decisions. And his wake-up call to all of us is simple. If you don't own your day will own you. If you don't rise before the world will rise against you. If you don't have a system, your life will fall into someone else's system. And guess what? That system wasn't built for you to win. Every second you scroll, delay, procrastinate, or wait for motivation, you're surrendering to weakness. The rule is brutal, but it's real. Wake up early, take control, attack the day before the day attacks you. That alarm clock, it's not just a sound, it's a war cry. That workout, it's not about your body, it's about your soul. That moment when you push yourself to do what's hard, instead of what's easy, that's when you become dangerous. Jocko doesn't sell comfort, he sells truth. And the truth is that discipline is the only freedom, because when you have it, you no longer need luck. You don't beg for chances, you don't chase approval, you build a mind that doesn't flinch, you build a body that doesn't quit, you build a life that no one can take from you. So stop wasting time. You don't need more motivation. You need a standard. You need to stop negotiating with your excuses and start executing on your responsibilities. The pain of discipline weighs ounces. The pain of regret weighs tons. Jocko's rule is not glamorous. It's not sexy. It's not Instagram worthy. It's reps, routines, and relentless effort. But it works. And in a world full of chaos, the one who controls themselves is the one who wins. So, if you've been drifting, if you've been lost, if you've been telling yourself you'll start next week, this is your wake-up call. No more snoozing on your goals. No more running from hard truths. No more settling for less than your potential. Wake up, stand up, show up, because if you don't, life will pass you by while you're still lying in bed, wondering what went wrong. You have one life, don't waste it, waiting for the perfect moment. Create it, own it, live it, because no one's coming to save you, and that's the most powerful news you'll ever hear. Now go get it. There is one rule that separates those who make progress from those who stay stuck, and that rule is ownership. Without ownership, without taking full responsibility for your life, your time, your decisions, and your results, you're simply coasting through life at the mercy of circumstance. You're wasting your life without this one rule. Because every moment you refuse to take accountability is a moment you surrender your power. This isn't about blaming others or making excuses. It's about stepping up and admitting that everything in your life, the good, the bad, the painful, and the powerful, is a reflection of what you've allowed, created, or failed to confront. Jocko Willink calls this extreme ownership, and it's not a catchphrase, it's a mindset. It means when you wake up late, that's on you. When you miss a deadline, that's on you. When your body is out of shape, your relationships are failing, your career is stagnant, that's all on you. That's hard to accept. That's uncomfortable. But that's where the power lives. You can't fix what you don't own. The moment you say, I'm not waiting on anyone else, is the moment you begin to live. Most people live like life is happening to them. They wait for motivation. They wait for help. They wait for a sign. But the truth is, no one is coming to save you. No one is going to force you to become disciplined, to wake up early, to train harder, to think sharper, to act more boldly. That's your responsibility. Every day you live without embracing this rule, you're wasting time, potential, and purpose. Life doesn't owe you anything, but you owe yourself everything. You owe it to your future self to do the hard things now. You owe it to the people who believe in you. You owe it to the version of you who once dreamed of being more. That version of you is still inside, buried beneath the comfort, the fear, the hesitation, and the lies your mind tells you. Lies like it's not your fault, or you don't have time, or you'll do it tomorrow. You will never take control of your life until you stop believing those lies and start enforcing the truth. And the truth is, the clock is ticking. Discipline won't be handed to you. Success won't be handed to you. Your dream life won't be handed to you. You have to fight for it every day by taking ownership of your actions. This rule demands effort. It demands consistency. It demands that you hold yourself to a higher standard, even when no one is watching, especially when no one is watching. This isn't about being perfect. It's about never hiding behind excuses again. It's about never pointing fingers, never passing blame, never outsourcing responsibility. It's about asking yourself every day, what can I do better? Where did I fall short? What do I need to fix? If you can answer those questions honestly and take action on them relentlessly, you'll become unstoppable. Because once you understand that everything is within your control, even the setbacks become fuel, even the pain becomes purpose. That's what this rule gives you. Power. The kind of power that doesn't rely on conditions or luck. The kind of power that can't be taken away, because it's built from within. If you want to live fully, lead powerfully, and leave a legacy, you have to live by this rule. You have to own your thoughts, your habits, your environment, your energy, and your goals. You don't need more chances. You need more commitment. You don't need more inspiration. You need more action. The path is simple, but it's not easy. You get up, you take responsibility, and you do the work day in, day out, no matter what. That's the rule. That's the way. You owe it to yourself to stop living passively and start living intentionally, because this life is short, and every excuse you make is stealing time from your future. Don't waste another second waiting for someone to tell you it's your time. It's always been your time. You just have to claim it. This wake-up call is mastering the art of discipline through daily execution. Jocko Willink doesn't just talk about discipline as a theory or an abstract value. He lives it, breathes it, and builds his life around it. Why? Because discipline is the foundation of every worthwhile result in life. Without discipline, your goals are just fantasy. Your potential stays untapped. Your mind stays fogged by distraction, and your life slowly drifts into mediocrity. You see, most people know what they need to do. They know they should wake up earlier, eat healthier, work harder, train more, and stop wasting time on meaningless distraction. But knowing isn't enough. Action is what separates winners from wishers, and that action has to be consistent, even when it's uncomfortable, even when no one else is watching, even when your mind screams for comfort. That's where discipline comes in. Discipline is doing what needs to be done, especially when you don't feel like it. It's showing up for yourself again and again, without needing motivation or validation. If you rely on how you feel, you'll never follow through. Feelings are fleeting. They change with weather, mood, and external circumstances, but discipline is built on commitment, on a clear decision that your future matters more than your feelings. You waste your life when you let emotion dictate action. You waste your life when you wait for the perfect mood, the perfect timing, or the perfect plan. There is no perfect moment. There's just now, and the more you wait, the more your dreams rot in the graveyard of hesitation. Jocko wakes up at 4:30 a.m. every single day, not because it's magical, but because it trains the mind to obey. It's a daily reminder that life doesn't wait, that time is running out, that every excuse is a brick in the wall between you and your purpose. Discipline is not punishment, it's liberation. It frees you from regret. It frees you from weakness. It frees you from the chaos of a life led by impulse and distraction. The world is full of noise, scrolling, binging, escaping, but none of that brings fulfillment. What brings peace is doing the hard work, sticking to your word, staying on your mission, and earning your progress. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, you build self-respect, and self-respect is the fuel that keeps you going when no one's clapping, when it's just you, the darkness and the grind. That's the battlefield. That's where winners are made. but discipline must be trained like a muscle. It starts with one small commitment: waking up on time, drinking water first thing, putting the phone down, showing up to the gym, finishing that task, honoring that schedule, and over time, those small wins stack. They become identity. You start to see yourself, not as someone who tries, but as someone who executes. That's power. That's how you stop wasting your life, by refusing to waste the minutes and hours that make it up. Every minute you spend procrastinating is a minute stolen from your dream. Every task you skip is a vote for the weaker version of yourself. Every shortcut you take feeds laziness, not legacy. And make no mistake, legacy isn't built in big speeches or grand moments. It's built in early mornings, in painful reps, in staying focused while others scroll, in following through when quitting would be easier. That's what Jocko teaches. That's what his life demonstrates. And that's what this one rule demands. Discipline is the thread that ties your intentions to your results. Without it, your life unravels into frustration. With it, your life sharpens into a weapon, focused, dangerous, and unstoppable. Think about what you're capable of if you simply did what you said you would do. If you stopped negotiating with laziness. If you silenced the voice that says later and acted now. That is how warriors are built. That is how champions are formed. Not by talent, not by luck, but by repeated action rooted in discipline. This is the wake-up call. You are capable of more, but you'll never reach it coasting on convenience. You'll only reach it when you build the habits, the structure, and the standard that match your ambition. Discipline isn't sexy. It's not exciting. It's boring, painful, repetitive. But it is the most reliable path to power. And that power compounds. It spills into every part of your life. Your body, your mind, your work, your relationships, your confidence. Every area improves when you improve your discipline. And the opposite is true. Every area suffers when you don't. Stop treating discipline like a choice. It's a requirement. It's your duty to yourself and to the life you claim to want. Don't say you want success and then live like a slave to distraction. Don't say you want greatness and then give your time to comfort. Don't say you want to lead if you can't even lead yourself. You're wasting your life when you waste your energy on things that take more than they give. You're wasting your potential when you let bad habits rule your day. And worst of all, you're wasting time, a resource you'll never get back. That's the painful truth, but it's also the empowering truth, because discipline is in your control. No one can give it to you, but no one can take it from you either. It's yours to claim. It starts when you stop making excuses and start making progress. When you decide that you're done letting your feelings rule your future. When you look yourself in the mirror and say, it's time to become who I said I would be. The rule is simple. Do what needs to be done, period. No debate, no delay, just execution. That's how you rise. That's how you win. That's how you stop wasting your life and start building one you're proud of. One day, one disciplined action at a time. And now we arrive at the truth most people refuse to face: accountability. You are responsible for your life. You are the one in the mirror. You are the one who must make the choices, own the consequences, and shape the outcomes. No one is coming to save you. That's the rule you've been avoiding. And that's the rule that Jocko Willink drills into every word he speaks, every action he takes, every life he's touched. The only person standing between where you are and where you could be is you. This isn't about blaming the world or complaining about circumstances. It's not about your boss, your parents, your partner, your genetics, or your past. It's about the truth that nobody owes you anything, but you owe it to yourself to be better. You owe it to your own soul to rise above mediocrity and become the version of you that takes full ownership. That's what power looks like. Power doesn't come from control over others. It comes from complete command over yourself. And that starts the moment you stop pointing fingers and start looking inward. It's easy to blame. It's easy to justify. It's easy to lie to yourself. But those are the habits of a weak life, a wasted life. And if you're wasting your life, you're wasting every gift you've been given: your mind, your time, your breath, your body, your chance. Think about how much time has already slipped through your fingers because you didn't take accountability.
The missed opportunities, the bad decisions repeated, the broken promises to yourself. Think about all the mornings you said you'd change, but didn't. All the nights you settled for less. All the dreams you put off for tomorrow. Well, tomorrow is here. It's been here. It always was. And the longer you wait to accept responsibility, the longer you delay the life you could be living. Jocko calls this extreme ownership, owning every part of your reality, even the parts that aren't your fault, because when you take responsibility for it all, you gain control. You shift from victim to warrior. You stop reacting and start leading. Leadership begins with self. You can't lead a team, a family, a business, or a mission until you first lead yourself. And that leadership is forged in accountability. It's forged in admitting your failures and fixing them. It's forged in setting the standard and living it. It's forged in doing what's right, not what's easy. This is the rule you're ignoring if your life feels stagnant. No progress. Look inward. No discipline. Look inward. No results. Look inward. The enemy is within, and so is the solution. The sooner you accept that, the sooner you'll feel free. Not because life got easier, but because you got stronger. You stopped waiting. You stopped blaming. You stopped hiding. That's when your life changes. Not when you read another book. Not when someone rescues you. Not when the world hands you success. But when you stand up, face your reality, and say, "This is mine, all of it, and I will take full ownership of what happens next." That's the wake-up call. That's the rule. And it's the one rule that, if followed, transforms everything else. You don't need motivation. You need clarity. You don't need sympathy. You need structure. You don't need more time. You need more action. And all of that begins with personal accountability. You want more confidence. Keep your promises. You want more peace. Stop lying to yourself. You want more power. Own your weaknesses and fix them. This is how warriors are made, not in moments of comfort, but in choices of courage. Daily courage, quiet courage, the courage to look your excuses in the face and crush them with consistent, deliberate action. Yes, it's hard, but you're built for hard. You were born to fight for meaning, not drift in comfort. You're wasting your life every time you let yourself off the hook. Every time you know what needs to be done, but choose to avoid it. Every time you trade responsibility for relief. That relief is temporary, but regret is permanent. Don't let temporary comfort cost you your potential. Don't let soft decisions harden into a lifetime of mediocrity. Stand up, take the hit, own the failure, then move forward, stronger, sharper, more aware. That's the path, and it's not for everyone, but it can be for you, if you choose to live by this one rule: own everything, because when you do, something changes inside you. You begin to respect yourself, and that self-respect becomes momentum. You start showing up differently. You start walking taller, working harder, thinking clearer. Your goals stop being wishes and start becoming plans. Your time becomes sacred. Your habits become sharper, and your future becomes something you command, not just something you hope for. That's the Jocko mindset. That's what this speech is about. You don't need a hero. You are your hero. You don't need another chance. You need to take the one you already have. You don't need someone to wake you up. You've already been called. The question is, will you answer? Will you choose the uncomfortable path of growth? Will you choose the early morning, the disciplined action, the brutal honesty? Or will you keep wasting your life, waiting for someone else to change it for you? This is the final key. You don't have time to wait anymore. Time doesn't pause for your excuses. It keeps moving, and so should you. This isn't about being perfect. It's about being honest. Honest enough to admit where you've fallen short. Brave enough to take control again. Strong enough to execute. No matter how you feel, you owe it to yourself to stop wasting your potential. You owe it to your future self to become someone worth remembering. You owe it to the people who believe in you, to the ones who look up to you, and most of all, you owe it to the person you promised you'd become. That promise, it's still waiting, but not for long, because life isn't infinite, and neither is your window. So rise now, own it all, and never again let a single day pass without living this rule, because the truth is, If you ignore this rule, you're not just wasting time, you're wasting your life.